Hey there, welcome back to the Independence. It is Veterans Day, a day where we honor those who've risked their lives for their fellow countrymen and women. Not everyone thinks the people who've worn the uniform are heroes. A recent Salon.com article said, quote, put a man in uniform, preferably a white man, give him a gun, and Americans will worship him. It is a particularly childish trait of a childlike culture that insists on anointing all active military members and police officers as heroes. My God, what kind of bitter, miserable childhood did that writer have? Dan Caldwell joins us. He is from Concerned Veterans for America. Dan, welcome back.
Thank you for having me on again.
Well, Dan, let's talk about this article because it seems like this argument comes up every year. People want to pull down veterans. They want to claim they're not heroes. They want to roll their eyes when someone in uniform gets on a plane earlier than they do. But let me ask you about one of the points the article tries to make. Are all veterans automatically heroes?
No, they aren't. But first of all, I'd just like to point out that this is Salon.com. I had a real hard time taking this article seriously. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, Salon.com posted an article about how watching reruns of The Cosby Show perpetuates racism and compared Bill Maher to Christian Crusaders. But no, not all veterans are heroes. But look, most veterans are. They step up in most cases now voluntarily to serve their country, and they go out every day and do good things. Not everybody who's been in the military is good. There's a lot of bad actors in the military, but overall, veterans are good people. They do great things, and many of them are heroes.
And they basically throw themselves into combat, which means they go and face people with guns and tanks and bombs, knowing that they could end their lives fighting for something greater than themselves. And although, you know, people don't have to idealize the military, people can certainly be anti-war and anti-interventionist, but you have to have a little bit of respect for someone who displays that kind of courage.
You know, you absolutely nailed it, Kennedy. I couldn't have put it any better. Especially today, you have Rangers, for example, going on over a dozen deployments since 2001. You have people time and time again raising their hand again, send me, going over to places like Afghanistan, Iraq, other places in the Middle East again and again. Even if you don't agree with those interventions, they are going over there with the intention of doing good things. And I couldn't agree more with what you just said. And
I know a lot of people who enlisted after 9/11, they were so moved by what they saw happening on 9/11, they wanted to keep this country safe. And, you know, they felt the pangs of patriotism in ways they never had. They were shocked into service. And I thought that was a remarkable thing. I saw people leave their families. I saw people put their lives on the line. You know, I've had friends who have been injured and know people who've lost loved ones. And I think that's the kind of thing we have to reflect on today. One of the things that drives me crazy about this article, and I want you to comment on it, is the notion of veterans as victims, because that narrative runs throughout this article. Talk about that.
You know, nothing gets me fired up more than that. The left, and let's be honest, it's the left in this country has been pushing a narrative that veterans are victims of American foreign policy, that they're another, victim class that deserves our sympathy, and they're doing it so that they can perpetuate this myth that you need more government, you need a bigger welfare state to help them, and that these benefits and other things that they earn are entitlements. They're not benefits that were earned in service to the country. And it does the veteran community no good because it makes us all look damaged, like we always need help, and that we aren't strong, independent people that can take care of ourselves. It really fires me up. You know, it's something that we at Concerned Veterans for America don't like. And it is something you see quite often when you see writers like this individual writing about the military, writing about the veteran community, is that all these veterans, you know, they went over to Iraq and Afghanistan, they're victims. We need to do all this and this for them. I mean, the veteran, the author of this article even kind of tries to loop in an argument for universal health care because veterans are victims, and it really just infuriates me. And it's not something that is not positive for veterans, and frankly not positive for our country either.
All right. Well, Dan Caldwell, thanks so much for taking the time. Happy Veterans Day, and I hope you celebrate and know that we appreciate your service. Thanks again.
I'm going to go watch The Cosby Show.
That's absolutely right. That's how you do it. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Go ahead and